Hello everyone, JTVectorSigma here, back with another Cyberverse reaction. And I am short on recording time today, so we're only going to be doing one episode, which is fine, because we're almost caught up. It's almost over the end of the season, but we're almost caught up. Last time on Cyberverse, we left off in a very kind of interesting place, at least. So episode 11, Shockwave tried hacking Bumblebee's brain, and we lost the ship. And in episode 12, we lost Windblade. She kind of sacrificed herself so that Bumblebee could get away. But the reason she did that was because she and Bumblebee found a drone that contained a backup of the Ark's entire computer, and she needed to ensure that Bumblebee and that drone could get away, so that way they could find the actual Ark. Teletron X was the drone's name, and it's kind of a fun little concept and thing. Last time I kind of said that the drone reminded me of Miku, or Niku, I guess is that what his actual name is, from Star Wars Resistance. He's an alien character who is very literal-minded, kind of like a less awesome version of K2SO from Rogue One. And, you know, obviously not a droid, but this version is technically a droid, a robot, a drone. But I did look it up, and they're not the same voice actor, unfortunately. That would have been a cool connection otherwise. We also got our first glimpse of a human in the last episode, but I don't think this series is going to involve a ton of humans just yet. Maybe next season we'll get some, like, regular human characters, but I'd be kind of cool with it if they didn't get any, like, regular human characters for quite some time. It would probably be the first Transformers series ever to do that, which I think is good. This time, though, episode 13 is entitled Matrix of Leadership. Now, this is obviously going to be a flashback episode, but I have no idea how they're going to play it. Whether it's going to be a whole episode flashback and there's nothing from Bumblebee's memories, whether it's going to be Bumblebee spontaneously remembering something without using the, whatchamacallit there, the patch and his mind palace, or maybe Windblade is going to talk to Bumblebee telepathically remotely, because she kind of did that at one point, didn't she? I mean, she's done that at a couple of points. Granted, I don't think she's going to be close enough in this scenario, but we don't know. But maybe the drone has like a cortical psychic patch inside of itself. It is kind of a weird shaped drone thing, so maybe it has all kinds of stuff in it. But very obviously, though, with that title, and also with the thumbnail that I've seen, which showcases Alpha Trion, I think we're going to be getting a flashback to how Optimus became the leader that he is. Kind of went beyond the young and angry, my friend betrayed me type thing, and into a true, you know, virtuous being, I guess. It's, there's a difference between, like, the Optimus that we saw in the episode, in episode 4 in the flashbacks there, versus the one that we were seeing in later flashbacks that were earlier on. Later flashbacks that were earlier on. You know what I mean. It's very confusing to talk about, but you know what I mean. So yes, I am very interested to figure out what's going on here, and I don't see any reason to really delay, so we will start the reaction in 3, 2, 1, play. Got your Kim Cartoon logo. Let's see how it starts out. And we got that green bar again.
Human civilization since the invention of agriculture. What do you think?
Wow.
Crew member Bumblebee, you haven't spoken for the last 4.5 hours. Is everything okay?
He can't actually talk properly.
She's gone. Gone to her doom.
It is upsetting to think of Windblade at the mercy of the Decepticons, but look on
Yes.
the bright side. She was not a crew member.
Oh my god. She's a crew member now.
Was it something I said? I have many other things I can say.
Oh my god.
Hey, hold on. Wait for me!
Yeah, I can't catch up. So we got another episode with the green bar. Looks like I'm gonna have to download this one off YouTube separately again. I'm guessing these ones were, like, captured via the app, maybe? Maybe that's why it has the green bar? I don't know. But I did get episode 12 off from YouTube, so it doesn't have that green bar. So Bumblebee knows about humanity now.
Would it help to know the current temperature, humidity, or wind velocity?
No.
I know many other unrelated things. Did you know the ancient Egyptians were actually aliens from Alpha Centauri?
What?
Where is the Ark?
These are excellent questions, Bumblebee. And now that we are no longer surrounded by Decepticons, I can answer them for you. I have no idea.
What?
Come on, man. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh no, I've been looking for the Ark for millions of years. For
Oh.
such a large ship, it's really
So
very
they
difficult to find.
really
Did
are.
you know the Ark is actually a Vanguard-class deep space interceptor ship? It has 5 decks and houses a crew of 4,000.
So must be they went into stasis.
You're totally useless.
Everything I have is.
Totally useless.
And
Oh, he has the patch.
I'm.
Totally useless.
Wow.
Totally useless.
I'm supposed to save the world.
But I can't remember the first thing about it.
It must be terrible to be missing data. Can I be of assistance? I am fully equipped for cortical psychic patch connections.
Huh. Get me into my mind palace, and you can help, maybe.
Always so interesting to scan someone else's memory files. These are quite damaged. Are you aware of all
How am I
the...
supposed to find the Ark, save the Autobots, and keep the Allspark from an entire Decepticon armada? I'm
Yeah,
just a
that's...
scout. Wish Optimus were here. He'd know what to do.
Optimus Prime? But he is here, in your memories.
But that's from
Yeah,
the past.
but-
That can't help me now.
As Teletran 1 always
Yeah,
said,
actually it can.
past data is the
Oh,
best
so Teletron 1's like his mommy?
stratagems.
That's kind of cute.
What?
Remember Optimus.
And that will give you guidance in the present.
Hurry. This way.
Oh?
Where are you taking me?
To Alpha Trion.
I thought Megatron destroyed the High Council.
Alpha Trion survived.
Really?
It lasts much longer.
So...
That's why I was sent for you.
Oh, he's dying?
Ratchet, is he...
Trion's barely hanging on to his spark. He wanted me to wake him as soon as you arrived.
Huh.
Honest God, save it.
Alpha Trion? I am here now. This is my fault.
Huh.
I should have stopped Megatron when I had the chance.
Perhaps. But you did what you felt was right. Now it's not about what you could have done, but what you can do. I have held the matrix of leadership for many years,
Oh.
waiting for one worthy to become the next prime.
Held it as in... kept it safe.
But I am no leader, Trion. I am not ready.
No one ever is.
Ooh. It's detecting someone worthy of itself. Not worthy, but he has the slot ready for it. Yeah, that's... Unless it's a thing that they all have in this continuity. I doubt it, though. So Alpha Trion's actually dead now. One of the original 13 is
Optimus wasn't
gone.
ready to be a leader. I'm definitely not ready.
You are so right. After all, I have you categorized in my database as a scout.
Oh, thanks for making me feel better.
Yeah,
Of course,
you suck.
I also have Optimus Prime listed as a file clerk, and yet he did
Oh.
so much more than that.
That's true.
Huh. I guess. So he was an archivist in this continuity as well. Yeah, I really do wish they would differentiate between the models more. Ooh, who's this? Wheeljack? Yeah, Wheeljack. Nice.
Wheeljack, where's Prowl?
He was right behind us.
Prowl. Nice. That's another new one. I wonder if this Prowl is as much of a prick as his IDW version.
I don't see him. Come on, we gotta go back for him.
We can't help him if we're strapped. We need reinforcements.
I think we have them.
Huh? I can't believe my optics.
Oh, that's right, he has a shield!
And he's got Prowl!
Please let Prowl be so unthankful. Please let Prowl be so unthankful. Yeah, come on.
Is Prowl gonna make it?
He will survive if we act quickly. Wheeljack, find Ratchet. Hurry!
I'm on it. Roll it out.
Prime, you shouldn't have come back for me.
Prowl. We never leave a bot behind.
Yeah. He shouldn't have come back for me. It's not the logical thing to do.
I already made
Prowl is basically the Autobot version of Shockwave in the sense of how much of a jackass he
I
is.
wasn't ready to be an autonomous mobile backup memory unit when Teletran 1 ejected me from the Ark. But here I am.
And
Wow.
here I am. And I
So-
already blew it.
As a drone, he was
That's
meant to be
not what
something
Optimus
else?
would say.
What do you mean?
So, what's this one? Oh, the original Seekers, I think. That's definitely Starscream. That Skywarp and Thundercracker? Might be. Yeah. Oof. And who says Autobots can't fly? Well, one of those is definitely Thundercracker.
Nowhere left to run, Autobots.
Okay, so Thundercracker and
Want to destroy you and your little mascot, Prime.
what's the other one's name? I forget. I love that axe. What's her name again? Nova Storm? I always forget. Oh, nice. Okay. I'm on board with that one. And yeah, that shield is just overpowered. Yeah, that was dumb of you, Starscream.
This fight is over. Leave.
Is it? Wow. I mean, just like that? They could have regrouped, maybe. Oh.
Do you know where we are, Bumblebee? This was a statue of the Great Prima.
Oh.
And that is where the Senate used to meet.
The other...
We stand
the leader of the
once
13.
The Grand Imperium. So much of our world has been destroyed. Cybertron is dying.
Yep.
I fear Windblade was right. I never should have sent the Allspark away from Cybertron. I felt there was no choice. But I was wrong. We must get the Allspark back, Bumblebee. There is still time to set things right.
Optimus was right. He was right about a lot of things. But when he was wrong, he tried to fix it. I
Yeah.
should never have left Windblade behind.
But she ordered you to. You had no choice.
There's always a choice. We're going back for her.
Okay, so is that the end of this episode? Okay. Okay. I mean... I don't know if Bumblebee can take on 6 Seekers all at once, but we'll find out. So... yeah. That was... I like this episode better than last couple. So what can we take away from this? well, firstly, he was called Optimus before being basically forced to become a Prime. It's not the most... How do I put this? There have been better versions of the story of Optimus becoming a Prime in the past. Like, actually, pretty much all of them. I mean, you go back to the original G1 version, and he started off... I think he was a dock worker in that version, and then Megatron killed him, basically, and they rebuilt him as Optimus Prime. Gave him the Matrix for reasons, I guess. Maybe it was because he was brave enough to stand up to Megatron or something? I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, like, he kind of earned it in that version, at least a little bit. And then in all subsequent versions, pretty much, he earned the Matrix, and he earned the title of Prime. The Unicron trilogy, I'm not really sure on the history of that one. I'd have to actually look that one up. Because, like, they didn't really touch on the mythology aspect in that sense in Armada. They might have in Energon and Cybertron. Probably Cybertron more than Energon, but either way, I don't know it, because those other two cartoons sucked, and Armada didn't as much. But in animated, yeah, in the animated version, Prime was just a rank, like a military rank, and there wasn't that much special about it. But what made Optimus special in a way was that he could have been so much more than that rank, but he chose to stay that rank in order to not betray, like, his principles and whatnot. And basically in doing so, he shut himself off from any possible promotions because he looked bad for sticking to his principles. Which was pretty cool, and especially just the lead up to the finale where he finally, confronted Megatron and was just like, my name is Optimus Prime, and bashed him in the face with a hammer. That was a great finale. But what other version was there? The Align Continuity version. Where he wasn't Optimus, he was Orion Pax, pretty much up until the moment of Megatron's betrayal, I guess. Because, like, everything after that pretty much got wiped out when he reverted back to being Orion Pax in that specific arc of Transformers Prime. So I guess in that version it was kind of like that was the moment where he proved himself a Prime, and so he basically attached those memories to his identity as Optimus Prime, I guess. So yeah, and like when Megatron showed his true colors, then Optimus, stood up before the Senate, and then they were like, you're awesome, and he's like, I guess, and they're like, go to the core and fix it, and, get the Matrix from Primus himself, basically. That's probably going to forever be the best version of it, simply because it explains where the Matrix came from and why Unicron is vulnerable to it and everything else like that. So it's a good version. Man, I forget how he got it in the IDW version. Oh, right, that's right. In the IDW version, the Matrix was being held by one of the corrupt Primes, and then it was going to be put into that corrupt Prime's tomb after he was killed or died or something. I don't remember what it was. But somebody was going to blow up the tomb, so Optimus snuck in and stole the Matrix. After Shockwave, modified him to contain the Matrix. And it was all basically just a big setup. Yeah. I'm not really too fond of that version of it. I mean, it's a cool plot, it's just not very... It makes Optimus less Optimus in that version. So I know a lot of people were upset with the IDW version of Optimus Prime in general, and I get why. It's less. This version, it seems like he's already proved himself and been proving himself over and over and over again long before he gets named to Prime. It's just kind of interesting that, not last episode, not last set, but like the set before last, we got the 13 Primes name dropped, so there's obviously great significance to the name of Prime, but it seems kind of weird that Alphatron's just, dying, and he's kind of like, just take it, Optimus, it doesn't even matter, there's no ceremony, there's no grandness attributed to it, so, yeah, it's kind of weird. I suppose it does kind of harken back to the original G1 movie, where Optimus just kind of passed it off while he was dying, but even then, there was a sense of grandness to it. Like, that was the first time that we had seen the Matrix, and there was still this sense of, like getting it passed on and getting it passed to someone was a big deal. Just the way Optimus did it, and the things that he said. And you don't really get that in this version. So that's kind of unfortunate. But whatever. Aside from that, I do like Alphatron's design and his voice in general. I do like that he survived somehow for who knows how long, and yeah, we keep how in this version Megatron kills off the entire Senate, basically. So that's interesting. Kind of would like to know who all of the various senators were. Well, I say senators, High Council members, I think is what they did say they were called. Doesn't matter, same thing. Geez, what else? So Ratchet couldn't save Alpha Trion, though. That's kind of unfortunate. Like, he didn't seem like he was all that wounded. He wasn't, like, leaking energon or anything like that. So maybe it was just a combination of old age and internal wounds. But still, would have been nice to see, like, maybe his leg torn off and some fluid on the ground, that sort of stuff. Just to establish, yeah, he's not gonna make it. Teltron X is decent character, but I don't know. He's not Windblade, and if I'm gonna compare him to a similar type of character in Transformers, he's not even Fix-It, I guess that was his name, from the Robots in Disguise series. He's not even that level of enjoyability. He's fun, sort of, in, I guess, probably small doses, but, I wouldn't want an entire episode about him. Let's go with that one. So it was kind of nice to see that Nova Star and Thundercracker and Starscream were all basically a team back on Cybertron. And speaking of that battle, Starscream has a new ability now. He actually does have a sonic scream in this version, which, yay! The animated version of Starscream got that ability thanks to an Allspark fragment, and it made sense for him to have that ability because Starscream, he has Scream in his name. It makes sense that he has a sonic scream. And this version just has it, and I am totally cool with that. It is awesome. And it makes him that much more dangerous. Missile abs and a bunch of blasters and missiles and whatnot. Starscream seemed more like a different model of Seeker, but he didn't seem like especially dangerous. even compared to, like, the red shirts that die on impact. But this time around, we got to see him fight and, like, actually be good at fighting. Which I guess this one took place after the Allspark episode where he fought Bumblebee. So yeah, I guess he's upgraded himself over the course of the war. Like, he definitely was fighting better in the hand-to-hand stuff. I mean, he couldn't, stand up to both Optimus and Bumblebee, especially together, that sort of thing. But yeah, he was definitely more capable, and it seems more believable that he's the one in charge as opposed to his usual portrayal. He's still completely incompetent, of course, because it's Starscream, but having some ability to fight and just having several special abilities, special attacks, yeah, I like it. And just the way he was fighting, the jump jets, spinning roundhouse kick, like some you might see in Iron Man, that was really cool. So good on them for making Starscream more enjoyable. It was a little bit weird that they just kind of gave up the fight, but I don't know. I guess Starscream's a coward, that sort of thing. So, bye, Starscream. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of sad, though, that, once again, Alphatron died, and, like, he's one of the original 13 in most continuities. Probably is one of them here as well, which is why he was able to survive when the rest of the High Council died. And unless he was faking his death, he's dead now, which, I mean, if McAdam is Alchemist Prime and he is one of the 13 and whatnot, like, he might be the last one left. That would be really sad. All alone back on Cybertron in that oil house. Yeah, sad to think about. So, I guess that's all there is to it. They're going to be going back for Windblade, which makes sense. What was even the next one called? Let's see if I can bring it up real quick here. It was called Siloed. Okay, it's a weird using a noun as a verb. But obviously, the Decepticons are holed up in that missile silo, and that's where Windblade will be. So going back, they're gonna find Windblade and rescue her. So yeah. The other thing to confirm that I wasn't really sure about was that apparently the Ark crashed millions of years ago, and Bumblebee's been in stasis ever since, but he only woke up recently. So, yeah, that's a big time jump, and it kind of puts in perspective a little bit the Cybertronians' long lifespans, because Windblade never really thought to mention, apparently, that it's been millions of years since she last saw Bumblebee. Which, dang. Wow. Just wow. I mean, if you think about it, the Ark crashed millions of years ago, but how long, even before that, were they out in space just wandering around looking for the Allspark? And how long before that was the war going on? In IDW, the war went on for like 4 million years, which, is a long time, I guess. And that's counting just all the time on Cybertron, all the time on other planets, all the time on Earth, and not even counting, though, the time spent during the comics. The 4 million years is all before the present of the comics. So, yeah, just really interesting that here we have this established time frame of the war more or less ended millions of years ago, in the sense that Cybertron is kind of abandoned, to just a few stragglers, more or less, while the Autobots went off and searched through the cosmos for the Allspark, which was sent off-world kind of like in the middle of the war rather than the end of it. And so, yeah, it really puts into perspective just how old these characters actually are. Kind of sad, in a way. So yeah, I think that's about everything for this one. Rambled long enough. And I'm gonna go. See you all next time.